have told me the gentleman you visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, is your uncle.
We're seeing troops in that side.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Yo, what's up? I was actually wondering if you would
Otto,
pop back in tonight
any
to see you, Snafu.
word on the Royalist movement? I've been away.
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
It's much appreciated. Over here you can change around your appearance a little bit. So even some of the other characters, like Jill has a couple of outfits. Orgul, which is a wolf. Even your Chocobo. It's really cool how you can reuse the sword graphics. This is the sword I'm using now, the Grindstone, and I just like the look of it. But there's a lot of like these two. I had as gifts or something. This is a really nice one as well. Yeah, there's a whole crafting system. Yeah, let's go this outfit as well. I like this sword actually because it's really big. I think it's his trademark. Yeah, this outfit is pretty cool. Yeah. Metal arms. What do we have to do? Let's go see our friend. Speak with. So this is like the hideaway. This is like our headquarters. There was another guy running the show before Clive took over as like a boss. His name was Sid. And so after he left, Clive decided to kind of follow in his footsteps. And so he's taken on like the mantle of Sid. So a lot of people refer to him as Sid. If it ever comes up in the...
Ah, the
dialogue.
conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Here for another of my lectures?
Kupka and the Fang, the bedrock on which the Republic stood. Aliquis trembled. Dhalmekia's descent into chaos is all but assured.
So what of its parliament?
the ministers don't take it upon themselves to pick up the pieces of their crumbling nation? I doubt it. They have little love for the people, only their own preservation.
Which leaves but one man.
Standing between Dhalmekia and disaster, former Field Marshal Eugen Happel. Eugen? If any is to pick up on the baton of command, it shall surely be. But as the bitter tides of error and avarice rise upon him, how long will he be able to keep his head above water?
What is it that you wish to learn?
Yeah, so like, I was chatting about, an issue with older games last night to someone, and just how it's really easy to lose where you're up to, and if you have a week off from the game, from some of these older games, it's hard to know where to go and what to do and the lore behind it, and you have to kind of put all the pieces together yourself. It doesn't really spell out a whole lot.
Here's
the one
the
thing
latest
that
information I
Final
have.
Fantasy 16 does is it really builds on this these different systems to explain the lore and to catch you up every so often. So we can see back at the start of the game, these are really the only characters or the main characters, and shows their relationships and stuff. As we progress through, let's go a little bit further ahead. Wait, where's Sid? So, Sid was over here. This is the original Sid Ulphus Telemon. And all the people in his hideaway. And there's all these different, republics and kingdoms. And each one has, their own icon dominant. And Clive Rosfield, he was part of the he was the prince of Rosaria before it was betrayed or whatever. So if we go up to present day, it shows us just all the different connections and how people are linked together.
Study it well, Clive.
In a similar way, it shows at this, from the very start of the. Yeah, exactly. It helps you kind of refresh your memory, in ways, because it is hard to follow along with stories sometimes. But even with these maps, it shows you what actually was happening at different points of time. Different troops were going into different territories, and it shows where we were in the grand scheme of things. Because it really builds on this idea that the world around us is moving and things are happening. We can only really experience it from our own perspective, from our own point of view. But at the same time, there's all these other things going on. And it's not just, the world's just not just revolving around us. I'm getting tongue-tied here.
The state of the realm.
No, I've never seen anything like this before.
Clive.
There's even, I think when you're in cutscenes as well, you can, if you hit start or whatever, it will bring up an active lore mode or something. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, sometimes I'll just be like, who is that character? Where are they from? And then I can just, refer to that info really easily.
Someone looks pleased with himself.
It's good that it keeps it all in the game, because it it also prevents people from searching for information outside of the game, like on YouTube or on forums. different websites.
No more looking
Stuff
over
like
our
that.
shoulders then.
Keeps the attention within the
Start to
game.
get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head though.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Cooper is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Yeah, as you play through the game, like you age, like Clive ages, and he goes through different physical changes over time. It's pretty cool. There's a couple of time skips here and there as well. Well, like not live ages, but like it'll skip forward like 5 years or whatever. Like up until this most recent arc, like he still had the like the tattoo on his face, but now like he's had it removed as a way to kind of free himself from the chains that once bound him. And that's a procedure that a lot of these a lot of the bears or what they call the branded people, I don't know. They choose to go ahead with this procedure, even if it has a chance of killing them. They'd rather, do it to empower themselves.
Hugo Cooper is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no.
Seems like Ultima might
And
be
not for want of trying.
like a big bad
I have scoured nigh every
villain,
historical tome in our
but
collection and
we
found
still don't know
nothing.
much, if
Not
anything,
even a
about
sort of conspicuous absence that might
what
suggest
he
concealment
or
of
it
fact.
is.
One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
How good it is to see you, Clive.
This guy also, like,
I don't believe you've read this
has
particular
like a
chapter
role
before.
thing as well. So whenever you go out and do stuff out in the world, you come back and you talk to this guy, you tell him of your tales, I guess, and yeah, adds different like diary entries.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. We can go through and see. It's like a full Wikipedia of different characters, in a way. Yeah, so at the start of the game, Joshua, who is Clive's little brother, Joshua was the dominant of the Phoenix, and he was just a little kid, and Clive basically witnesses him die in front of him. But spoiler alert, he comes back a little bit later. Just kind of following in the shadows. He hasn't... I don't think he's actually, like, confronted Clive face to face yet. It's kind of cool that you can search as well. Let's see if Ultima is here. This is Ultima. An otherworldly being that Clive encountered in the inner sanctum of Drake's head. He addressed Clive as Mythos before attempting to merge their consciousnesses. However, Clive was able to summon the will to resist the creature before Joshua returned from the dead to imprison it in a cage of flame that he sealed away in his own heart.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, Sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then? Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any...
It hasn't been.
To the end of the weekend now. Do the wind down. Oh.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
Right.
Like, I need an assistant or something.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical.
Well,
If that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Leroi. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
Oh, yeah, I gotta fucking do everything here. You guys are just gonna stand there while I do the stuff?
I mean, Gav's good in a fight, but he don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
Well done. Wait. I gotta speak to this dude.
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Who should we bring?
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Leroi. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth hiring porters in the Dally Mill Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
Ah, he wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
I do like that the side characters have like a bit of personality and
What do you need?
individuality to them.
Good bloody riddance. Mine included. What's that for you, dear?
Yeah, we can actually make a few more weapons here. So you kind of just want to make at least the swords once, so you get the
No scratches, right?
so you get the appearance unlocked for it. Almost. What's this one? Right. I gotta make the diamond sword. Maybe I have to find the diamond sword. I don't see it here. Oh, diamond sword +1. I need a white worm bone. Don't have that yet. So I'll just enhance this bloke.
Yeah, that should do you. That it?
Let's see what this looks like. It looks alright. Looks like let's see if there's any new good
Is it
items
business
as well.
or pleasure? Go on then.
I could have just bought the sword straight up, I guess.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Alright. Let's just go here.
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
It would make a fine gift for you.
Go to this first destination.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Let's go.
Otto.
Otto. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Come on. Run like the wind. Be safe.
Holding vital products.
So this is Stardust. It just looked like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
Faster!
I don't know if there's a single Final Fantasy that doesn't have chocobos in it.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
We got 5 handfuls.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
Or he wants to go on a leisurely stroll.
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started.
You idiot.
When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
Right?
You weren't wrong.
Yeah.
But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me.
I do kind of wish I was streaming this game from the beginning, because
No one else would have. I couldn't have done any
the
of
story
it
is
without
very
you, Otto.
heartfelt.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did.
Yeah, I would recommend it, honestly. It's, I've played every single Final Fantasy, and this is becoming one of my favorite ones already, and I don't even know how far in I am.
About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
If you buy it pre-owned, you can
I
probably
plan
save a
to.
few bucks as well.
Believe you me.
GameStop
But I'll make
has
sure Blackthorn gets his precious
Resident
black
stuff.
sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
And see, at this point, I can fast travel back to the hideaway, but I'm probably just going to do this other quest. I think it may have just come out on PC. I don't know about any other. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's on Xbox.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Yeah, I had to put off getting this game until I had enough to get a PS5 I was just playing Nintendo Switch for the most part up until I got this. But there's no way that this would Switch. Let me get over there. There's no way. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna screw the side quest for now.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
How'd you lot get on? I brought back all that stuff Blackthorn asked for.
There you are. Blackthorn's got his...
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Yeah, let's just travel straight to Mid.
I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
That's just like such good dialogue, honestly. Like the fact that like a writer decided to end the conversation like that. What's the name? We'll give you all the details. What's the name? Right.
Talk to her back there. You know, thingy. She'll tell you exactly which bits of which ruin we need. You just need to go and find them. Talk to her back there. You know, thingy. She'll tell you exactly which bits of which ruin we need. You...
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yeah, see this chick here, she still has her tattoo.
Mid said I should speak with you.
And there's a big prejudice against people that have this in the world. They're seen as lesser humans or like slaves.
That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect,
an airship?
the
What's
rate of
happening here?
excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. the forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Letting off steam. Do we want to do any of these side quests? Yeah, they'll be quick. They might tell us a little something about the world.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, Gal.
Uh-oh. Oh. This is bounty. I didn't expect this to be a hard fight.
My blade yet hungers, but so do I. Come.
Or not.
Feasting days are over.
It's fucking... There was a lot of good stuff in Final Fantasy 15. It's a hard boy. I think he's like 100. I'm gonna die here. Carrying or something. I can't dodge, I can't even dodge. Yeah, this guy is one of the toughest dudes I've actually ever fought. The trick is staggering them with his, just with everything, and then just trying to dish out as much damage as you can while they're staggered. Toggle. Take a block there. If I hit circle at the right time while I'm in my like Titan stance, then I'll get a precision block. In order to get a precision dodge, I have to hit L1 like right as a step. Also parry, which I think is what he's doing to me. I don't want to lose this. Trying to play really cautiously here. Super dodge. I really want to get a. Ah, you fucking got me right at the end there. Alright, I'm gonna retry though. I went into that way too gung ho. And Alright, I almost have to wait for him to initiate. There's also like a special ring that you can put on that that automatically uses potions and stuff. If you need it to be a little bit easier, at least at the start of the game, it will just automatically use your potions or potions as needed. See, in some ways, like this game can be, you know, almost like Souls-like, like Elden Ring or something. When you do need to use dodges and stuff. Other times, it's just you feel so overpowered, and you can just use a few abilities and everyone just fucking dies. It's so satisfying when you get a big hit off, or a parry, or a block like that. See, I didn't do much damage in that stagger just then because I didn't have any of my abilities up. But doing much better for potions right now, so I don't think I'll have it shoot. I also know what to look out for. Maybe needs this big one. Struggling. I noticed that a lot of enemies in this game, and even some other games that I've been playing recently, they have a way to drop your your target. So you have to retarget on him. I only have one potion left. Let's see if I get him. It was fine for it. Might get me again here. This will give me a little bit of health, but not much. You really have to stagger this dude again if I have any chance of getting it. He's struggled here. Once he gets his combo off, it's really hard to get out of it. You can end up losing like a quarter health in a single combo. I like the challenge. Let's do it. I didn't even realize he's level 38. I may as well just do it now since like we're in the area. I'm gonna forget this needs to be otherwise. Shit. With the dodge. Oh. Stagger insect. Getting like what? What's my dodge? Oh, it's R1. It's R1. See, I can't do anything right now. He's juggling me. Stagger. Where is he? Yeah, parry. Okay. Stagger, stagger, stagger. That one. So my 2 health. Look, even Torgal is fired up. Shooting fucking. There we go. Good stuff. So these are like bounties. These are the things that are on the wanted board. And if I go back, I'll get some kind of prize. Yeah. Yeah, that guy was level 38, and I just hit 33.
Ready, go?
I didn't even know that was here, to be honest. We're just going towards this. What are we looking for? We're looking for the assistant? Sorry for doubting. Yeah, that's alright. Honestly, I never even looked at the level difference until you said that, so it did actually give me some clarity as to why I was struggling.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? I'm certainly not a baker. Master must rue the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her. But she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the Fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
I can't tell if he was being sarcastic or not.
Suppose he won't be needing an escort then.
I'm going to beat the guy back there. I don't know if he has fast travel.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks. Now, Dusan, I know you're keen, but leave some for the rest of us.
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place in castles.
Let's go do this other quest real quick. Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right. This is what I did last time. Okay, this way.
That'll do, girl.
I like how the chocobo just comes into view just off camera, just so seamlessly.
Yeah.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Clyde is the Chad.
Ready, go?
I wasn't sure about Clyde at first before Clive at first before I started playing the game. I don't know why, but
Faster.
as soon as I did start playing the game, I became a big Clive fanboy. I think this dude is just... He just has, like, a lot of qualities to look up to. You really empathize with, like, his becoming and the things he's while still, like, inspiring all these
back to the stables, girl.
Other people. Man, he's just standing on business. I mean, like, he was just saying to someone the other day that he wants to, you know, carry on the legacy of Sid, which was to, you know, have a place for all the branded people to be, like, free and to, you know, live on their own terms. Clive basically said, fuck that, I want the whole world to be free. And yeah, he just has, like, this sense of justice that you just, I don't know, you just kind of have to root for. Anon becomes a mountain.
Here you
May as
are.
well get these. These are just like
Thanks. Here you are.
songs.
Go with Gilbert.
These are
rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what's up.
Yes, I will port back.
Master Lubor says Drake's fang has fallen.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalimil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalimil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen. Thank you, Clive. I honestly don't think I could have done it without all your help.
Lubor says Drake's fang. It's fallen. Does that mean the furnace is going to stop working?
Maybe.
So shut your trap and get that order forged while you still can.
No less than 8 hands in length. Loaded pommel. Okay, let's go up here. Oh man. This looks a bit like
Good day to you.
the original hideout.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
I guess so.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
Hello, Sid. Take a seat where you like.
I speak to a lot of people.
Right.
I hate when they do this.
And see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
I've caught my share with it. As did my grandfather.
Yardan say the floods are closer than they've ever been. Let the ether turn me from teat to toe, then. I won't be late.
Wait, where does it want me to go? How do I get there? It...
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
Fly, Ambrosia.
What is it all?
You there? Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black Shields. Here.
Oh, it's the Black Shields.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to
You
you?
fucking tricking me, bro.
Not that we give a damn. All that matters
You
to
are.
us is that you don't leave here alive.
I kill level 38.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin. Let's go. Run like the wind. All right.
Actually attack with the chocobo as well. Be able to kill stuff.
Thanks, Gal.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back. Come on.
Because it's the trick for that.
Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor.
Classic enemy.
Time to go.
Little flying one-eyed thing. Yeah. Can I dodge it? No.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Got two little kittens sitting in my lap right now.
Thank goodness you're safe.
Snuggling up to each other.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed.
Going to be able to get up in
Don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
Alright. Off I go then.
Don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Catch your death sleeping out here.
I know. I'm too full to move.
I think Mid might need some help.
We're seeing troops in our center.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
If you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive, who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Jill, that's good.
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic. Conch shells. Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Hippocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
What? This seems just a bit
The nobles have visited. Thank you, Clive.
It is getting cold. It is 0 degrees right now. I'm going to charge my controller for a few minutes here. So feel free to go AFK or tune out if you feel the need. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hey. 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 The lens flare is so cool. And all the little, this is a dust floating here. So, right now I'm just rolling one up, IRL, if you understand what it means. After which, I'll probably be a lot more talkative. It's just what this does to me. And I'll try to be a bit yappy as we play through the next few quests. At any point, if you have any questions or any requests, I'll play just about anything that's on PlayStation Plus. It is getting cold here in Canada. I mean, I was just outside today in just a sweater, so it's not, it's not that bad. Yeah, I usually like to do the side quest stuff, and at least in this game they make it kind of convenient. Let's see, actually, let's see where to go next. Oops. Alright, yeah, let's just, I mean, we could probably just hand this one in, and then we're probably on, back on the main quests, unless we get something.
Good day to you, Sid.
G'day, Sid.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Oops. Let's get a photo mode.
It's not just the crystals.
How goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport.
Oh,
I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice.
Yeah, bearers.
His support for me was no more than a facade.
Is the name of the
a means of ridding himself of his
people that have been
rivals.
branded
A
on the side of the
mask
face.
to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered.
Holy shit.
And he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
Level up.
I'm not going to change his mind. No. Where's Talia?
AFK like 2 minutes ago. Alright. We're back. Let's just have a look here.
There's talk that the glass gate flood.
Fresh cuts! Up! You'll not find a bruised
Need to stock up on these.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepion?
So if I hit this pause button now, down the right corner you have active time lore. So if I hit the center button, it will show me little tidbits about the people in the current scenario. So it shows Talia here. I just wanted to see a little bit more about her because I can't remember much about her character. So Talia is a resident physica of Clive's hideaway and trusted ally of the cause, branded as a bearer from birth and forced to serve as a battlefield healer. Talia put her surgical training to use in removing her own brand. Interesting. A procedure that she has since perfected and offers to any other escaped slave. So some of these, some of the people out in the world, they're just branded with a tattoo on their face and made a slave at birth. That's a bit different to what happened with Clive, because Clive was royalty. He was the prince of a kingdom at one point, but that kingdom was betrayed, and then he was captured and he was branded.
Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you.
Do you see anything you like?
Raging Fists cooldown.
Come back again.
Yeah, the tones that they
sell,
portray through, the storytelling in Final Fantasy, in a bunch of the different Final Fantasy titles, is I need one of these.
Go on, take it. If that's what you want, go on, take it. If that's what you want. And
I mean, Final Fantasy 7 is a big one for how it it poses Shinra
The innkeeper is a friend of mine.
as this just capitalist monopoly that's exploiting the people.
You're always welcome here in Lost.
And stealing,
Hopefully Ty is finished too.
siphoning energy from the planet.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them up!
It's not too different to what's happening in our world.
Well,
Same
did you
thing
find
with
everything?
what's happening here. They introduce the idea of slavery and stuff, and
Garlic and pepion
yeah,
nuts.
you
Job
can't help
done.
but compare it to
We should
the
get this
real
back
world.
to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
Everyone wants a piece of Clive. It's like we're going out on a whole bunch of little Tinder dates or something.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
It's just so sweet.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tome so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
Let's go to Tomes. See, those little side quests, they just, I don't know, like, I just feel so much more immersed after that. Like, we could have chose Jill, we could have chose Taya for that side mission, but up until this point in the game, like, you've spent a lot of time with Jill, you don't really know who Taya is. It's cool that they let you have those little moments.
Progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Taya how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps Someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Zoom. I mean, we're gonna fucking build an airship or something right now?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Didgeridoo.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
What are you doing that for? What are you doing that?
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, did I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
Oh my god.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Right.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command.
Hell
Sod
yeah,
our
brother.
plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Let's go here real quick. Yeah, this would have been the guy we killed. Nice.
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Yeah, I'll just fast travel.
Is that the thing Tomes held?
Obelith, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat. Going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
My dear boy, my journey to Canva has been a resounding success. My friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the going-ons in the free cities, by which I learned of the endeavours of a certain young friend of yours. Though I for one believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite valiant enterprise, I doubt the Canvarian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted, and if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guild masters are rapping at our door, which is why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two, that he might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving uncle.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Gav?
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, You might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards.
Gav's a good dude.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be
Gav's
joining us
been there
too.
from the fucking
She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
start, man.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
So Mid was Sid's daughter, and now we're at Sid's grave. Sorry to spoil that.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end.
Chad.
So we
Absolute
must live while we have the chance.
base Chad.
And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Clive is like the definition of strength. Like, this guy is just...
Lady Karen.
He's a hero.
What a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen.
This guy's just giddy as hell.
Glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Oh no. Are we gonna see Gav again?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
What is this? Is this another quest? Science. Let's just go. We'll go here. Jill and Clive have been like friends since they were kids. They've almost had, like a romantic moment, but it hasn't.
How are you feeling?
Hasn't
Better.
actually like.
Thanks to
yet.
Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
Get in here. No, it's blocked.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough
What's
to let
cool
wagons
is like the
pass.
map feels like
All official
it's
traffic moved there.
Open
Leaving
world
this
and
one
it's
for those living
vast.
outside the
It's
law.
Indeed.
really scenic and
I
stuff.
doubt we'll be the only.
But we're really just on a rail system. We're on a train. It's just taking us through a journey. We don't have actually any choice but to go straight.
The outlaws on the trail today.
But you kind of forget that when the environment feels natural and winding. Skip past these. We don't need to kill all 30s.
So what do you think?
Straight home
We'd be
now.
lucky to make it out alive.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow? You
think he'd be equal to the task?
Well, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an
If these
ambush.
guys are shady.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
These guys are shady as hell.
I'm not sure I trust those two.
Right.
But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
At least Clive has the same thought.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
What do you mean next time, bro? Get caught. I just want to kill these two dudes. Fuck 'em. That can't be that, did it?
You've had your reward and you're not getting any more. Now piss off. You've had your reward and you're not getting any more. Now piss off.
Set the whole thing on fire.
Let's go.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. Enough of you, are there? So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
Oh, he's pissed.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrec.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrec, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
What do you think?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion.
For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Oh, you know what I should have done right there? Ah, I can't do it now. Active time law.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast. Come on.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Right. Headed over to the Crystalline Dominion too, are you? There's good gil to be made there. Believe you me. Yeah. The minute I heard them bandits had blown up Drake's Fang, I packed up my store and pulled me boots on. And so did you, eh? I did have a plan to make me fortune with some baths down by the Dalamil Inn. How can anybody sit back and relax in a land that ain't got a whiff of the crystal's blessing no more? Looking for lucre, the Dominion's the place to be. Soon enough, half a storm will be headed there. If I can get in first and set up shop, I'll have a license to mince gil. The guildmasters at Canver will be beggars by comparison. I'll be famous in all four quarters of Storm soon enough, and I'll have a fortune that'll make me ma and pa proud.
Faster!
More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. All right.
So what's happening in the grand scheme of things is basically like Clive's decided to go around and fucking smash all the giant crystals, the mother crystals. But I guess like as a consequence of that is there's all these people that are reliant on the crystal's power, and it's causing these refugee situations. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
What do you think, girl?
Hurry, man. I must leave for the delivery.
Bloody cruising caravans, scooping up all the best customers.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Drake's fangs fallen, would you believe it?
Rich.
It's not too dissimilar to what Avalanche does, you know, at the start of Final Fantasy VII. You know, they blow up a reactor, and it's for the greater good. There's still a bunch of people that are victims of
I wish to engage the Crimson Caravan services. Where's the proprietress?
Where's the proprietress? That's a fast travel.
Well met.
So most expensive things in this game are just like the songs.
May Gilbert smile upon you.
Out of my sight, wretch. Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
I'm nasty. Let me.
Peaches and pears.
Peaches and pears. Peach and babes.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
I'll take the large one.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bock lad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure no one else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Go to the Crimson Caravans and ask for the owner. It's the place with the red chocobo on the sign. Big red chocobo.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Peaches and pears.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes, and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all,
and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion goods?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive. The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Out of my sight, wretch. I've no use for a brandy who can't even fill my...
Peaches and pears.
Come on, come on!
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Juicy pears! Slake yonder!
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked! Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know, then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Remember when half the people coming through here were traders from
Come taste peaches! They're sweet as neck!
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you something?
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if anyone has asked you to do anything out of the ordinary recently.
Anything you grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go away. So guess what I'm about to tell you to do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Come, taste my peaches! They're sweet as nectar!
Remember when half the people coming through here were traders from the...
I'll finest everywhere from the free cities! All but
An excellent choice, my lord.
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Jug of snake spit for the road? It'll keep you warm.
Come on, come on!
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
I'm hungry.
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now. What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do. Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the Chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
Shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me a good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hunter.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Botlad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Oh, where is it?
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones, and we crush them. You get your trader's pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Honza, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft, then?
Leighton's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
It looked like they were about to turn into Leighton's Cleft before they spotted me.
You can do it, Clive!
No, you better not have scared any of my birds.
That's that then.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
Good girl.
That's the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
You should have minded your own.
I doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track.
We got company! That's the lot.
Bad haul today, eh?
Aye. Some of our new recruits are natural-born ne'er-do-wells.
Especially the little ones. That Hans has got nimble fingers, all right.
It will be a shame when they chop them off. But till then, let's make the most of it.
Scum.
The leaders of the cast stones, I take it.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theodore.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fuck.
Alright. Now we're going.
From Bockland. Kill him. Kill them all.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. Ah, and traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No doubt Goots's is somewhere among them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course. Oh, and, be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Imagine if this guy was a dodgy bastard as well. She's like, I don't have a brother.
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting in your way, I trust?
Quite the opposite.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear brother.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive. Goots's pass. Ask him to keep a closer eye on it from now on, would you?
I will. Thank you.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now?
Let's go up there.
Sid.
Play the box.
Don't look so shocked. We're on the same side.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need. For a small fee, we will move anything that needs moving. Be that goods to market, or bearers away from it.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her, I'd have been branded as a boy.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree, Theo?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one. So what would you say to working together again?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor.
The honor is ours.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
What is it?
El has friends in high places, while I have associates in, lower ones. That mark is proof that you're a friend to us both.
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan, but if you encounter any difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach of our own. For a discounted price, of course. Say, 9 million?
We'll try the caravan. Right then. Let's get this back.
So the accessories I'm using right now, this lets me do like that precision dodge, special attack. This just gives me extra money. This gives me extra experience. I just got this. I have 3,000 points. I always forget to use these up. So, at any point, you can actually just wipe the whole board. Oh, fuck, no, it's watching. Missed. That was silly, wasn't it? You sorry? You saying sorry? Hmm. Very good. Okay. Okay. Increase number of coins. 23.9.
And then it's on to the Dominion.
bloody crimson caravans, scooping up all the best.
Hurry,
customers.
man. I must leave for the Dominion.
I am hurrying, my lord.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise. Perhaps you can extend me the same kindness?
Perhaps. What would I be doing?
Finding someone. You see, I've been having trouble with thieves, and despite the many pains I've taken, I can't stop them from rummaging through my packs. I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back, and he offered to track the culprits down. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and a good one at that. But he's been gone days, and I'm beginning to fear the worst.
Any idea where his search for the thieves might have taken him?
The old Zemeckis Road, perhaps? He doubted they would be fool enough to linger here in Boklad. Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time. I just pray he hasn't been killed over a few sacks of grain.
Can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around. Hopefully someone will have seen him.
Porter for hire.
Pardon me, but would you happen... That well-notched steel and impressive physique. I have need of a sword for hire, and yours looks to be a weapon well worth the coin. Might you be convinced to offer me the use of those formidable arms?
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemekian history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city. And I require a rugged companion, lest I find myself waylaid by ne'er-do-wells or the beasts sent to roam the area. Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, will you ever party to a finer proposition?
My arms are yours.
Wonderful! Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road, and from there, onward to discovery. Quickly! There is not a moment to lose.
Wait. Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells. I better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.